Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So why did I choose Islam? That is a very good question, and I am going to make an attempt to answer that question. First of all, I've always been pretty religious. I grew up in the Midwest in America, kind of like nominally Protestant. I was baptized and confirmed in the Methodist Church, and I attended like a youth group, like a Baptist youth group growing up. But it was a small town, and it was just kind of assumed you were some type of Christian. But it was real for me, and I always took it pretty seriously, even though I struggled with certain things. But eventually I ended up leaving the faith during my college years. I went away to the University of Minnesota, and I studied there and, did the typical become a socialist and rebel and leave the faith type of deal. But I ended up moving to Sweden. I'll make another video about that. But anyway, I moved to Sweden, and I felt like something was missing, and I started looking for what that was, and I kind of found the answer in Christianity. I seen it was like evangelical Christianity. I didn't really know these terms at that time, but that's what it was. So I got involved with that, and one guy in particular was really important to me during this time. He really helped me start studying the Bible for the first time in my life, like actually reading it and studying it. And so Christianity became really a big thing in my life, and ended up getting involved in this student organization, Campus Crusade for Christ. I don't know if you know it. Anyway, I got involved with that, and my wife at the time got involved as well. We both kind of became gung-ho Christians anyway. That started a whole process of, okay, now that I'm a Christian, so what type of Christian am I? And wow, that caused many years of pain trying to figure that question out. Spoiler alert, I never figured that question out. So I tried every branch of Christianity you can think of. Evangelicalism, Calvinism, Orthodoxy, Anabaptism, Catholicism, anything you can think of, basically. But the tradition I stayed the most with was probably the Orthodox Church. But life was really hard, and I wasn't feeling fulfilled, and I just felt like this isn't it for me. Something else has got to be out there. I started looking into Judaism, became very serious about Judaism, even wanted to convert, but ended up not. And during this time, I'm also like struggling with, do I really believe this? At the time, I was also like kind of nationalist, so I was like, oh, maybe I should just go back to the ancient Germanic gods. And I tried doing that off and on, but that just felt fake and stupid, which it is fake and stupid. Eventually, my life just became more difficult. I had more issues, and it sucked. A marriage that wasn't that great. Ended up having 2 kids. Alhamdulillah, that was really nice. I love my kids. They were a blessing. But personally, spiritually, I was really struggling a lot. Yeah. So eventually my wife ended up divorcing me. And keep in mind, we were living in Sweden at the time. I'd been living in Sweden for many years by then. But I don't have any family here. I moved here basically, specifically here in this, where I'm at in Sweden, because her family's from here. So she divorced me, and that kind of, you know, turned my world upside down. But during this time, I was studying like a teaching degree, so I could actually do something with my humanities degree. And there was a Muslim student who I often worked with, you know, during, you know, class projects, whatever that we had to do, seminars, whatever. And he was like probably, I feel ashamed to say this, probably the first Muslim I ever really interacted with. And we would talk about God and faith, and I was just like, oh, he's not a terrorist, and he doesn't hate me and my country, and he's actually pretty nice and believes in God, and it seems to bring him a lot of peace. And so we were talking a lot about religion, faith, and he would give me the Islamic perspective, and I would give him the Christian perspective, and we would joke, oh, we're trying to convert each other. I was trying to get him to join Christianity, and him trying to get me to become Muslim. He won in the end. But because when I would give him the typical Christian answers, when I would say the words with my mouth, I would be like, I don't believe this. I don't believe what I'm telling you right now. And so that kind of sent me into this chaotic spiral of my world being turned upside down. All at the same time, I'm going through a divorce, blah, blah, blah. Boo-hoo. But I started listening to the Quran, started listening to Quran recitations. There's a bee on me. Get away, bee. Started listening to Quran recitations, and they really helped me a lot. They gave me peace, they helped me to sleep, they helped me to relax. Now I'm like, okay, there's something about this. There's something about this that's special. I started listening to like Islamic music, like Maher Zain. He's a Swedish Muslim artist, and he has this one song called Inshallah. Inshallah, you'll find your way. And I just kept listening to that song on repeat, over and over and over. And something was happening in my heart during this time where I was listening to the Quran, talking to this new Muslim friend, listening to Islamic music, and I just found peace and meaning in all the pain and struggles I had been going through. So I started, studying about Islam, kind of reading, okay, what is this all about? Actually reading the Quran, okay, 5 daily prayers, one God, okay. And, it really spoke to me because, like I mentioned before, I had considered Judaism, but certain aspects of Judaism I just didn't like. Like, it had become just this weird racial thing where it's all about your bloodline, and I'm like, yeah, don't think God works like that. But the monotheism really spoke to me. Anyway, so I started, studying and thinking, okay, maybe this is it. I eventually reached out to some Swedish Muslims who do dawah, and I said, hey, could you help me find other Muslims in this area? Because it's like a small town in Sweden. And so this guy connected me to two local Muslims, and we started to meet up. I started to learn more. But eventually I just felt like, nah, this probably ain't it. So I kind of paused for a while, but it never left my heart. Islam had entered into my heart and into my mind and into my soul, and it wasn't leaving. And so, I kept struggling with various things in life. And one night I'm like, this has to stop. I have to make a choice on who I am, what I believe in. And so I did a fast, and I was praying a lot. And I got up before Fajr, the morning prayer, and I just said my Shahada. By myself, in my living room. I felt like now's the time to do this. I was 33 years old, by the way, when I started looking into Islam, which I think has significance. So I said my Shahada back in November 2020. It is now September 2021. And wow, my life has improved. My life hasn't gotten easy, but I feel like I have a strong identity now as a Muslim. I feel like I found my community, my ummah. I feel like I found a faith that I actually believe in, that I don't just say I believe in it, but like I actually believe in it. I've met so many good people, so many good Muslims. I've visited a Muslim country, the Maldives. Oh yeah, it was nice. And yeah, things are looking up, you know. Life is still hard. Life is hard for everyone. Life is pain. But Islam has helped me so much. So yeah, I just started trying my best to live the religion, you know. Doing the 5 daily prayers. Trying my best to eat halal. Reading the Quran. Trying to deepen my faith. And slowly but surely, I'm doing it. Alhamdulillah. So that was just some quick background information. I didn't talk much about actual Islam. This is more like a personal history of how I got here. I might make a part 2 explaining more theological issues. I hope this maybe was interesting to listen to. If not, I'm sorry. I tried my best. This is my first video. Alright, take care, and I'll see y'all later. Assalamu alaikum.
شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت قلبي شكرا نورت دربي شكرا شكرا يا رب